Greenway? What they say on your shirt?
I'm here.
What they say on your shirt right there?
What does it matter what I say on my shirt?
What they say on your shirt?
What it say on my shirt? It says you.
Okay.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Get out. You know what it says on my shirt, homeboy? You see what this says? It says crazy white boy, homeboy. You feeling that life? Then get the fuck out, you scary ass. Yeah, homeboy, get out. Yeah, you scary as fuck, homeboy. You big as fuck in there, right? You don't want that.
Where do we begin? As he was asking the question, what does it matter what's on my shirt? There was another young lady that was in my head. It matters because you're about to lose your job, okay? That's why it matters. The male Karen hurling a racial slur at a man while on the job, wearing the logo. Viral video coming out of the metro Atlanta area. It showcases a man on the clock hurling the racial slurs at a black man at a freeway stop. The man in his car tries to make out the company logo on the man's shirt, speculated by an ex-user to be Green Watt Lighting Solutions. Now, we don't know if that's true. We're just letting you know that that's what's circulating. That is the speculation here, but we've not been able to confirm it. Maybe somebody will recognize this guy. We can tell you that in a matter of hours, that company has since received swaths of bad reviews, calling for them to publicly oust their employee. The man has not been named. The company nor the man have made any comments on the incident. Mayor, I'd like to start there. Again, we're not able to confirm the company that was on the shirt. I want to know too. I don't want to do business unless he's out of there. Okay, it doesn't mean he's not going to go somewhere else. But I do find it curious that, as we looked and, combed the sites, there's no statement from the company. If that were me and that's not my employee, I would have gone on camera, would have got all dolled up and gone on camera to say, I just want to report to you, we're not interested in racists here either. And he is not our employee, nor was he ever. But that's just me. They can handle it any way they choose. We don't know, again, Mayor, we've not confirmed where this racist works, but go through the rest of the bravado here, if you even can call it that.
Yeah, I think if people have been making comments about this person not being threatening. He doesn't look threatening. By his build isn't threatening. But I tell people all the time, his superiority is in whiteness. His idea that he's threatening this black man has nothing to do with how he's shaped, his size. It's all about the whiteness that he has so proudly tattooed on his stomach. So this idea that he is not threatening, you have to forget the 400 years of white supremacy and the history of how dangerous it is for black people to stand up to this behavior, this bravado. This bravado is not based in him having faith in himself. It's in the system that he knows will protect him. So even if he is ousted, we know the next day that he is found out, and he will be found out because the internet will let you know who he is. There's gonna be a GoFundMe for this man that's gonna pay him hundreds of thousands of dollars for being this racist. So while we know and look for justice, we still have to be aware that what we're watching is America and her whiteness and her strong sense of security in said behavior.
Yeah, I would like to see, and it's a slippery slope because I love free speech. Even fools have a right to it, but we all have to face consequences. I would like for GoFundMe, don't know if it's legal, to kind of say, well, you're not going to use this site to raise funds for someone like this. We'll see. But I would hope that people could have a conscience. We've seen that some people do, a lot of people don't, and they would like to give their money, even if they only have a little bit, to this kind of cause, because I think you're exactly right. We're going to figure out who this clown is eventually. I don't know if that was a gang sign, Mayor. Are you familiar with anything like that? I know you don't have any personal experience, but I don't know if you've seen something or if some gang is spreading or if he was just, I hope he wasn't impersonating a gang member and throwing up a sign that he wasn't allowed to, because that would bring other issues. But I'll give you the last word on this, Mayor. He tried to be very frightening. The black man stayed right in his car, which I support. Doesn't make you a coward, makes you smart. Record.
Yeah, I mean, because what happens? You get out the car and fight this white man. Police come and then you get killed. So I mean, even in defense of blackness and in defense of yourself, it is not smart, if you're afraid or not, to get out of a car on the highway when white people are involved and you're black, because we know what America will do to you. We've seen it. It is the reason that black men that are between the ages of 18 and 24, the leading cause of death is by police officers, right? So it is not smart to get out the car, not because you're afraid, just because the likelihood that something's going to happen to you is really high in this country. I would go on to say that, here's what's funny. Whether it was gang symbols or not, he insisted or tried to invoke terrorism and fear in a black man. So we have to realize that there's something deeper at issue here. And where does this comfort in taking off your work shirt and presumably a work vehicle and coming back and being as racist as this man is? This is deep-seated, but it's also being empowered by some of our political leaders, one, by their silence, and then also by people like Trump, who was loud on it. And we have to acknowledge that.
Because he can. Okay, and so why not be bold with it? That's exactly what's going on, and you are exactly right. Had authorities come, had this black man exited his vehicle, there's that scenario that surely would have played out. He's the aggressor. He's the threatening one. He might have lost his life. It's unconscionable, but it's another example of what's going on every day, everywhere.